to the latest edition of Storm Apart Live. We are presented by the Pharmacy Inc. in Bennington and Manchester, JC Tractor and the Bennington Rescue Squad. Tonight we have newly elected NEFL Hall of Famer Marcus Anderson, and we have the Bennington Banners Adam Sanarov joining us tonight. Thanks, guys, for joining us. So, really want to get a chance to catch up with you, Marcus, since now you're the class of 2020 Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I'm going to get right to it. I want to introduce some of the people out there to you that might not know you. So right out of the gate, first question is, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Vermont. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, East New York. I was raised in Vermont, though. I went to high school here, went to middle school here.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much moved out here when I was little, and haven't moved back there since.
Mm-hmm.
So,
when did you start playing football?
I played. Was it 10 years old? 10,
Mm-hmm.
9, 7 years old. I was playing my football in Bennington, and that's how I know everybody. So,
Mm-hmm.
my football, Pop Warner. That's when I started.
Now, were you always a wide receiver, or you do a little bit of everything?
I was running back then.
Running back.
I was running back. Yeah, I was number 32. I was more of a speedy guy. I didn't want to get hit then, so I didn't want to get hit then. So that was speedy.
So you go through the Maya program, and you ultimately go through the I'm assuming the middle school program. Then you played. Where'd you play high school ball?
I didn't. I stopped at Maya Pee Wee.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't. When I moved away from Bennington to a different little town, and they didn't have a lot of sports there. So I just played basketball after that. But I didn't play any high school football. Didn't play. I didn't start playing semi-pro until later in my years.
Now, how did you how was the transition from not playing since you're in middle school to playing for the Storm?
I always wanted to play football. I went to D1 school. I went to Brattleboro, so they had a football team, but I never got to play. I was always horsing around with the football guys and whatnot. But I always wanted to play. I love sports, so I could pretty much play. So I didn't play though. I was very disappointed I didn't play in high school.
Mm-hmm. So. Now, Adam, did you have something you want to jump in with?
Yeah, I know, just knowing some of your history, you and your brother are about a year apart, but, you went to Brattleboro High, and your brother, Stacy, went to Bennington. Obviously, those two schools are bitter rivals, and, just to talk about that dynamic of playing against your brother in basketball and, just him on the other side.
It was playing against our brother was good times. We knew a lot of people. My brother and I. We actually play against each other in Pop Warner too, in Maya. So we pretty much play against each other our sports life, high school, middle school. Pop Warner football was started, middle school basketball. He went to Mount Anthony. I went to Wilmington. We played against each other in 7th and 8th grade. Continued to high school, junior and senior year. It was a memorable. It's good times. I love my brother, and then it was good to see. At times it wasn't. My dad, my father didn't really like it that much, but living in two separate homes, it kind of made it difficult.
Mm. Now, Marcus, you had played quite a long time for the Storm. I think the second year, which is around 2007, you played pretty much all the way right through until 2017. During that time, there's a bunch of different coaches, a bunch of different quarterbacks. All of them were very good, but it didn't seem to really matter who was throwing you the football. You seem to find success no matter what. Why do you think you remained consistent for all those years?
Communication with the quarterback. Each quarterback that came in that tried for the Storm, I'm always taking him to the side and tell him we need to get on the same page. Let's practice outside of practice. Let's keep connecting through text messages, whatnot, VA. Just getting along with our quarterbacks. Not saying I can do this by myself or whatnot, but like getting with the quarterbacks. Each one has his own potential. So I did have a lot of quarterbacks playing in summer pro football.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, each of them has their potential. They're all different.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back for a second. Let me go back for a second. So what year did you graduate high school?
2001.
2001. So in the 6 years you're working, doing your thing, and then how do you get involved with the Storm in the first place? Does somebody come to you? Do you go to somebody and say, hey, I want to do this?
It was his name Chuck Sutton.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. His name, he actually pulled me aside for pretty much he ran me down pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it was a car or by him, but he was very hounding, and he actually got me to play. But actually, I remember, but I couldn't play. He asked me to play 2006. I couldn't play that year, so I waited a whole year, and ever since then, I've fell in love with the Storm.
What made you come back every year? Because obviously it's not a thing. It's semi-pro. So you don't get paid. You actually pay to play. But why did you decide every year to just say, hey, I'm going to do it again? I'm going to do it again.
It was that ring. It was a ring that I wanted to chase. Growing up, I never had a championship. Never won a championship in any sports. I kind of did in my senior year in high school. 2001, we probably won the state champs in baseball. I was on that team, but besides that, it was a ring. Everybody wants a ring. Everybody wants the comedy, that family role. Football is very, very powerful way of doing that. So there was people. So I've met a lot of people through the Storm. All my friends around town or they played. So I play every year for them and get that ring.
So getting to the ring season, so to speak. 2017 was the most successful season in Storm history. I believe the team won 11-1. But leading up to that, what was your feeling on the 17 season going into it? Do you feel like it was our year, so to speak, or was there a lot of hope for a successful 17, or do you remember?
2017, when I played 10 years for a Storm, and as my years got slower, I should say, I was like, we need more. We needed more to what we had. We had what we had what we had. We needed something. In 2017, it was the year before we folded. I wanted to play somewhere else. Came back, and we still needed. We would figure out what we needed, and finally, what we needed was the team the Brookshire King players. That it was a puzzle, and the pieces that we came. They came over here, and when they came, that's what I went. That's when I went. All right, this is the season. This is the season that we need to do it. If we didn't do it, the Storm wasn't going to win. In my eyes.
No, I think that's fair to say. I kind of agree with it because I mean, you and I played together for I don't even know how many years, and it was always 6-4, 7-3, 8-2.
Yeah,
but just couldn't take the next step. Yeah, and it was always
2012 was I think it was 7-3 that 2012 year that you and I played together.
Yeah, and it's just it was always just so close, and you're absolutely right. We always had the players, but we never had the depth.
Right,
and they kind of brought that over. So no, I have to agree with you on that. And that was a big boost for us for sure.
The depth, and more talent. Yep. Like I said, they fit the pieces to our puzzle. That's what it was.
Now looking back, Adam, do you want to jump in?
There's interesting. I mean, in that kind of situation too, like, you're the old vet at that point, 2017. These new young bucks coming in. Was it anything like that where you're like, worried about like, oh, is this new guy gonna take my thing, or was it just like, hey, we're a group and we're good?
No, they knew who I was. They knew who I was. I played again. Like I said, you guys played against them before. We all knew each other already. Everybody knew of each other already. So that was first step, because we already played the game already in the season before. They came over, and they knew who I was. I knew who they was, and people were just wanted to play. And like I said, it wasn't like that in my eyes. It wasn't like that. Maybe in somebody else's, but it wasn't like that at all. We just played the game, and I went forward in my season.
In 2017, obviously, very very successful, and you make the championship game. It's played at Mount Anthony Middle School, because you guys didn't have your new now stadium yet at Lower Orla Park. That championship game, I actually did not go. I had my assistant cover that game, but I remember listening to it on like the phone, trying to see what was happening, and I remember that last play, the final Hail Mary play that played on the video to start this live stream. What do you remember about the championship game? Tell me, take me into that, from coming out there, being ready to go, and let's get a ring.
It was, first of all, it was home. That felt good. Being in Bennington and finally having a home field at the middle school, which I like the field. It was pretty nice. So that feeling was pretty good. Second feeling, local fans from town, families, kids actually make the game. That felt good. We had a lot of fans in the back. And third, it's like just being there. I mean, felt good. Finally getting there for the dance, and yeah. I mean, it was good time.
And I know that game was back and forth, very low scoring. I think the final ended up being 13-9 or something to that effect. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head exactly what the score was, but I know it was.
Honestly, I don't remember either. I know
it was a very low.
15-9, I think. Something like that.
So.
Yeah, very low scoring game. As you're going through that game, and the defenses are playing their rear ends off, and offenses are trying to get some footing. Do you kind of have an idea, like maybe the last team to get the ball is going to win this thing, or what do you remember? Going as that game's going on.
I don't remember what I was thinking, but like just thinking now, like like you said, going back and forth, like I was like, what can we do to turn this game around? It was our defense. Our defense was good. I thought our offense wasn't really clicking, but like we're still driving down the field. We just couldn't punch it in. I don't know. It's just a lot of things going through my mind, but we can't really read back then. But like, it's going.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, that game where we didn't play great in the first half. The second half, we came alive, and it was just, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to go back and watch it, but I want to say of those 15 points, we scored 12 of them in like 2 minutes, I think.
Mm.
And
yeah, it was like 9-3 with like 5 minutes left in the fourth. Something like that.
So it really kind of came together.
And I know then you guys score a touchdown. I think, make it 9-9. You get the ball back with a couple minutes left. You get in the huddle for that first play.
We almost kicked it. We almost kicked the field goal. We almost tried to.
Yep, you're right. Because if you remember, they didn't want to kick on, for lack of a better term or phrase, they didn't want to kick on the cliff side. So we were going to go and kick that field goal, but the referees wanted to move it to the other side. During that time, we decided we got to go for it.
Yeah, it was. We have the special teams on the field. We're debating.
Mhm.
Finally, we're like, let's go for it. Let's go.
And then so obviously at that point it's tied, and you guys end up getting the ball back. When you get in the huddle, it's it's all your familiar faces are in there, and what did you say, what was said in the huddle? Do you remember the conversation in the huddle here?
It was. I think it was pretty quiet. I think it was pretty quiet. I think Will Cole was leaning down, and it was like no sec. I mean, it was like 3 seconds. I don't know how much. It was nothing we can do. He was just almost to throw it, and hopefully Samuel can get it. He really. I do want to say this though. Like when I was in the huddle, I did mention this before.
Mhm.
I yelled at our dear friend Jesse Roy's name out and pointed to the sky. So just want to shout out to Jesse Roy, rest in peace. That's my dude, that's my dog. But like I said that to myself, we broke, and then I don't know what was going through my mind then. I just wanted to just someone catch the ball, do something,
Mhm.
So take me through the play. I mean, you're running down 40, 45 yards downfield, and just get as big as you can. You're like, I forget, like 6'2", 6'3". I can't,
I'm only 6'1". I'm only 6'1".
We'll give you a couple extra. No,
No, he's deceptively. He looks bigger than he is. It must be the wingspan, is what it is.
Yeah, right.
There you go. But you got to get down there. Obviously you gotta jump up. You gotta catch the ball at the top of the jump, and just take me through that actual play when you're running down and you're like, what do I gotta I gotta do this here.
We broke the huddle. I came down on the sideline. Like I said, I spoke to JC for a minute. I remember checked the line, see what was out, check the referee. I remember I beat off the corner already. I don't know why. I already had a step already off him, so that felt good. So I just kept rolling. I didn't even know what was. I actually looked. Sometimes I looked behind me, see what's going on, but I didn't this time. So I just kept going to see where the touchdown was. And honestly, I looked up and I just saw the ball, and it was around my area. So I wanted it. I grabbed it. I thought I just leaped. I remember I just leaped off 1 foot. I don't know how many 2 feet. I don't know, but I just leaped and I grabbed it at the highest point.
And on the video, some of my favorite thing, I don't know who does it. I mean, we could play the video, I'm sure, and that little 25-second clip from the beginning. Somebody literally starts running out the field and throws their helmet about 20 feet in the air after you make that catch.
That was Nick Bennett. That was Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, then you make the catch and you're laying there, and then here comes the crowd, and you've done it. What about that feeling?
It was a good feeling, and there was one of the questions where I think one of the questions was like, "Do you know you was in bounds?" No, I did not know I was in bounds. Honestly, I guess when I got up, Cody tackled me back on the ground because I didn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear screams and whatnot, but I did catch it. I mean, I did catch it, but I didn't know I was I don't know I was in inbounds or not.
I was worried about that too, because there was the field was painted for a soccer game.
Yeah.
So the blue line and the white line in the end zone threw me off, because I did see you catch it, but I wasn't sure if you're inside or outside the white.
There was red lines, green lines, white. I was like, I don't know what was going on. So I thought I was in the back of the end zone, to tell you the truth. I was like, was I in or was I out? But I didn't. I guess I was right in the middle, right in a good spot.
Now, when you caught that, was it more of was it a moment of joy, or is it more like a moment of relief?
A moment of relief.
Yep.
It was a moment of relief. It was a joy. It was like one of my achievements in my life. As an adult. Summer pro football, 10 years. Finally made it to the dance, the ship. And it felt good.
No, it was an amazing day, and then when you look, there's so many things that you can look back on, and one of my most favorite things to do is there's a couple different versions of that clip, and every time you watch it, you see somebody else that are absolutely celebrating.
Yeah.
You always notice something different in the film. The other interesting thing too is I don't know if you realize this or not, but the winning score is 15. You wear number 15. When we had
I didn't pick that one up.
Yep. And when we had those championship rings mocked up, do you know what number they had on the ring?
15.
13.
Oh, 13. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did hear that. I did hear that.
Yep. And now 13 was Jesse Roy's number.
Right.
And let's give that some context for some, maybe there are people that don't really know that two members of the Storm in the Storm's history, Jesse Roy and Ed Vichy, both passed away as members of the Storm. Ed actually died at practice.
Yeah.
Jesse, I believe, was killed in an accident. I believe a car accident or a motorcycle accident. I believe. But you played with both of those guys. Just talk about your time playing with those guys. Those, you say those names, people know them, not just Storm, but they know them because they're Mount Anthony guys, they're Bennington guys, and they're obviously well known in the community.
Ed Vichy, I didn't know him that well. Like I said, I just know him through the Storm, and like I said, what Chris Sipp said, like what brought me back every year is the family. After I met Ed on the Storm, I mean, I seen him around town, but I never got to know him. Played football, and after he played football, and I recognized the guy, shook his hand, say hi to him, became friends after that. It was pretty much a tragedy how he died right in practice because I was standing right next to him. But yes, Ed guy was a strong, good guy, good family guy, good husband. Worked hard, healthy as an ox, and he was a good football player.
No, he was it was tough to say the least. But he was always one of those guys. It didn't matter if it's practice, it didn't matter if it's a game, but you better know where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he didn't, he's gonna flip you over upside down. He would knock you sideways.
He was a mean dude.
Great guy, man. Just one of those guys you just always had to know. Where he was. Now, my question for you, Marcus, is do you still have the football from the game or the catch? And where is it?
It's right here.
There it is.
That trophy.
Still here. It's a little flat, but still got it though.
Oh, it's Tom Brady football.
Yeah, it's a Marcus Anderson football.
That's right. Yep, absolutely. So now, of course, we've kind of gone over that game, and now you've been elected to the NFL Hall of Fame. We had Rayshon Link actually was the one that ultimately nominated you first. How did you get to know him?
Shout out to my boy, Rayshon Links, Ray Link. I know you're watching. Good dude, I know you put me on the spot with him though, but
that's all right. No, I know.
There's a lot of emotionals going with him. He's another one that brought me back year after year. After year. He's another one that brought me back.
He
we
was absolutely
bonded pretty well.
Yep.
We bonded pretty well. Good dude. I never met him outside of football, but I wish we did. But we will soon. But he was one of my best players. Is the best player that I played against as a football player. Good cornerback, good guy, good friend, and had my back since day one. He was there at the championship game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he was the first spectator on the field to give you a hug. I do believe
him and JC.
Yep.
and JT LeBaron was. I got pictures.
Yep. No, that's awesome.
I love the fact, and you said it multiple times just in the 25 minutes we've been live so far. You talk about family, and like I said, playing that 2012 year, I only did the 1 year, but I have people, including yourself, Marcus, who I know through that, and I've stayed good friends with. And I'm not from the Bennington or this area originally, but I felt a part of something that year and forward. Family is a huge part of what the Storm is about, and I think that anybody who wants to come and join the Storm should know that it's not just, hey, I'm going to be one guy and I'm coming in to play football for whatever position I play. It's a group of 30, 40, 50 guys that are good, together, good, and not only good football players, but good, good men, good character people. The fact that you keep saying family, I think that's a huge deal for anybody that wants to be a part of the Storm eventually.
No, I agree. I mean, for me, the list goes on. The list is endless.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten to know Marcus. I wouldn't have gotten to know you, Adam, probably. I mean, there's guys that, again, I'm in the same boat as Adam. I'm from New York. I joined the team back in 2006, and it was probably 90% Bennington people. It took some time, but they're some of my best friends. Like if I see Ty anywhere, we always catch up, and I mean, Matt Candle, he lives in Idaho, and we still talk, and it's just something that I'm very grateful for, because it's kind of given me something that I've needed that was missing since high school. So I'm thankful that I've gotten to know all both you guys and everyone else associated with it. And personally, for me, Marcus, I want to thank you and the whole 2017 team. We finally got this thing.
Yeah, right.
And now it's trying to get number 2 and trying to do it a different way this time. Hopefully, hopefully a little bit more less stressful. But that was an amazing day. I'll never forget it.
Let's talk about the Hall of Fame. Obviously, he said Rayshawn was the person that nominated you for the award. When did you hear that you had actually been chosen? How did you get that news, and what did you think when you heard it?
Like I said, me and Ray we've been contacted. We message each other, text. He's been in and out in my ear. I'm gonna get you in. I'm gonna get you in and get you in. I mean, he's been on me since he left, since he retired, and ever since he retired, he told me he was gonna do it. He said he was gonna do it. Get on the board, do this, do that, and he did. He's the one that told me. He's the one that messaged me saying, "Hey, I told you I'll get it. I told you I'll get you in. I told you." So he's the one that messaged me. I remember because I didn't respond to him because I didn't know what to say. Like I said, I'm not good with words, so he messaged me. It took me like 2 days maybe to answer him back, but like I finally got I actually called him on the phone, so we have to hear his voice. So I told him thank you. He's been a good dude to me the whole time. He's a respectful dude for real.
You guys usually have a dinner, I think. This year, obviously, that didn't happen because of COVID, of course. Just talk about when this is over. Hopefully, you get a chance to celebrate the way that you should be able to once we get.
Hey. We repeat the question. What'd you say again? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. Hopefully, that you can get a chance to celebrate this the right way.
Oh yeah, I wanted to celebrate. I wanted to go to the ceremony and meet other people that I haven't seen in the league and get to know people, get to know stories. When I don't know if I would have got up and talked, but I probably would have if I had a little few in me. But like, I I'm glad. I'm happy that we missed it. I mean, hopefully next year, this year, 2021, the Hall of Fame that we all can combine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
that is the plan. It's supposed to be 20 and 21,
yeah.
all in one shot. I don't remember the date off the top of my head, but it's about mid-November is the plan. So we'll definitely be in contact as far as when and how that happens. So it'll be good.
And then another thing, obviously, like you said, you played in high school for Brattleboro, and you've been in sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, all the sports throughout, most of, all of your adult life.
All my sport, yeah.
Most of your, since you were little. But now you've been able to, over the years, bring your knowledge of sports, namely basketball, mostly basketball, to the younger generation. You've coached Maya, basketball. You've been a part of the youth programs in Bennington.
Yes.
Talk about having the ability to do that, to be a part of that and to give and then to see, because you've done this for a while, to see some of those kids then go up to the varsity and do big things playing for Mount Anthony.
Right. So I'm glad you said that. So a couple of days ago, I have two kids that are in 8th grade, I believe, right now, and I had their parents text me each time, like the 2 different days, tell me that congratulations of doing this for the kid, doing that for the kid. My son made the basketball team because of you. I've been coaching my basketball for 10, 11 years. It's sucks that we didn't get to do it this year. But bring my knowledge to kids. Coaching is the most dream I wanted to do. My father's a coach. My brother coaches here and there, but passing down my knowledge of my athletic ability or athletic knowledge, it's what I want to do. Hopefully, I'll get an opportunity to do that in a higher level. But it feels good to teach these kids and then see them grow as a young adult and perceiving what they're doing since I've seen their little kids. Continue that in school and sports together. It's a good feeling. And having them come back and saying, Marcus, thank you. You did this, or her parents saying thank you. It feels good deep down, and I'm going to continue doing that as well.
Would you ever consider if Sip here, the general manager and defensive coordinator for the Southern Vermont Storm, ever said, "Hey, Marcus, would you like to coach our wide receivers and things like that"? Would that ever be on the table, or how would that go?
I don't know. That's a different conversation another time. But
well, one thing I can say is getting back to the youth stuff. I mean, how many years did you coach, or at least participate in the youth camp that the team did? Long, quite a while, many years.
Yeah, I mean, every year, and then it died down a little bit. But I was there pretty much every year.
No, I mean, if you're up for it, I mean, we're hoping to do our normal youth. My goodness, camp. We're actually thinking about maybe doing one in spring and one in the fall to kind of get caught up as far as missing one.
Shoot me a message, man. I'm always down. I'm always willing to do that. I'm no hesitation doing that, helping the kids, giving back to the Storm, and talking to these kids. Our future, Storm future, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to them how you guys, this could be you guys. It's good feeling. Good feeling. Yes, throw me a message. I would like to do that. Will. Yes, most definitely. Yep.
So you're in the Hall of Fame now. How does it feel?
It feels good. I didn't know about the house. I remember by my 5th year. I don't know who. Somebody asked so many times, Marcus, you think you'll be Hall of Fame after my 5th year? Maybe my 4th year. I was like, nah, man. I remember the conversation, but I don't know who it was.
I vaguely remember it. I wish I could remember.
I wasn't even thinking about the future. I was thinking about the moment, the present. I was having my 4th and 5th year. I was having a good time. I was pretty much in my prime, and I wasn't thinking of nothing ahead at that moment. And I know I was gonna come back next year and the year after that. So, but like, it feels good making the Hall of Fame. I finally made it. People finally knew who I am now. I mean, we're Vermont. We're from Vermont over here.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows the Vermont team.
No, you're right.
No one really knows. I mean, I remember Ray Sean told me no one knows teams in Vermont. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I got you SIP, Adam. We put Vermont Storm on the map.
No, you definitely did. And first of all,
Pat too. Pat too. We all helped out.
You were a Hall of Famer before that play, but that play kind of made it no discussion. Before it might have been, a little bit more, but that play alone has really kind of revitalized this team. You've seen where we haven't won a second championship yet, so I can't say that we're better than what we were. Right. But what I can tell you is we're on the map, as you said, and we're growing and we're trying to make more of an impact. And you've kind of allowed us to do that. So that game and that play is so far reaching that I can't describe it. And I know you understand that, but
yeah, right, yeah.
It's just it's
look at all the players. Look at the players coming from all over. Yeah. It's getting bigger. Storm's getting bigger after 2017. I mean, before that we didn't have. It was all local, really local. Look, our local guys playing.
Yep.
Cambridge, Hoosick Falls, whatnot. Like a couple here, one or two from Massachusetts, maybe one from New York. Like, and after 2017, it's gotten big, and we did it. We wanted it. We wanted it. Technology's better now. We can explore now. So, it's crazy.
Do you feel, Marcus, that play, especially, I mean, that play, because it's obviously something that is on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the social medias. But not only that, but the fact that you played for 10 years and you wore the green and sometimes purple Storm uniform. Do you feel that you will have kind of become an ambassador for the Storm? So like guys might come to you in some way, shape, or form, like Ray Sean even, or some of the guys and be like, "Hey Marcus, I see the stuff with the Storm and it looks cool. Like, what do you know, man? I know you played for a long time." You kind of feel like you're an ambassador a little bit for the Storm.
No, I don't really. I consider myself I wasn't really a leader. I mean, I don't know if that fits the word for ambassador, but like I wasn't. I just play. I just did who I was.
Like as a promoter.
Okay.
Like, that's what I mean. Maybe more than ambassador. That's maybe different. But like a promoter of the Storm, and people to say, "Hey, I know a couple of guys, and this kind of sounds cool," and they could be like, "Hey, I played for 10 years, and this is some of the best time I had in my life."
Yeah, I would definitely invite people to play for the Storm. Yeah, it's good place, like big experience and like semi-pro football. I always have kids saying, "Oh, you should play for Storm. You should play for Storm." I'm like, yes. I mean, it's another thing, another way to get to be better at things that you want to do. So I always wanted to invite people to play for the Storm, And
I think it is, and I'm not sure exactly how far back in terms of how old the kids are, but I think like guys like Mickey Bernard, who was a Bennington guy, and some of those kids, maybe you coach them, at the middle school level in basketball, and they know you play for the Storm, and then now they're a couple of years out of school and they're playing for the Storm too. So it really has come down to that. It's been going long enough.
It has.
Those guys have seen you play.
Yeah.
And it comes down to that. So
yeah.
No, it's cool, man. It's it's you have a lot to be proud of, and I think getting to the Hall of Fame is just another notch in your belt. So it's it's exciting. It's well deserved, and
thank you.
Fact is, if you didn't get in this year, they weren't keeping you out. You're coming no matter what. So
you're right. I
sooner than later.
I had a feeling. It would have been this year.
Yep.
I would have nominated you this year if you didn't get in last year, Marcus. You would have definitely been in this time.
What'd you say?
I said I would have nominated you this time if
Oh.
you didn't last time.
Thanks, thanks, Adam. Thanks.
So not to put you on the spot, Marcus. Based on who you've played with over the years, even maybe a year or two that you didn't maybe, but in your eyes, who's the next Storm Hall of Famer? It's a hard question because it came to me about 10 minutes ago, and I know we didn't kind of prepare for that, but
Well, can I
on the storm, right? The kid,
Yeah.
the people I play with.
can I while he thinks about it, can I say three choices that I
Yes.
think watching from partially inside but mostly outside over the years?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give you Adrian Gruber.
mm-hmm.
I will say Gary Houston.
Yep.
And I will say Will Cole. That's three right off the bat. So you can say different people. You can expand on
No,
that.
you said Adrian Gruber. You definitely said Gary. I definitely get my G-man Gary Houston, and definitely Adrian Gruber. I've been playing with Adrian Gruber for he's an animal. You know, he definitely deserves to play.
Mm.
He got hurt. I don't know if it was his last year or the year before his last year or two. I don't know how, but he came back, still got it, and he's an animal. He's mean on the field and mean off the field. Let's put it that way.
No, he is. I remember years ago. I don't remember how many, but he played with a detached hamstring, and you wouldn't even know it.
I think I remember that. I don't know what year it was, but I remember him limping, and he didn't even complain about it though. He just kept going kept going. Fight the pain.
No, I mean his leg was purple from the tear. You know, it was he's something else. I mean, one other name that I'll throw out there is Jim Fisher.
Oh,
Great choice.
yeah. That'd be my third one, actually.
Okay.
Gary, Adrian, and Jim Fisher.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's somebody like you that's obviously
And Captain
focused on
Fish.
you.
Captain Fish, I call him Captain.
You know who else too? Really, when you think about it, I don't know how many years he played when you played, but another really good candidate would be Bill Hay.
How many years he played? 3 years?
Oh God, I don't know, but he was a real good player too. I mean,
Yeah, he was good.
we've been lucky to have a lot of good long time players, and that's probably one of the most things I'm probably the most proud of. Is we're lucky enough. For the most part, there's other scenarios and other things that happen, but when you look at it, when somebody comes to play here, they usually play their career here, or if they play here, they don't play again. I know that seems kind of funny, but it is kind of the truth of it. So, but yeah, man, I mean, I want to thank you for taking the time. I couldn't be more excited for you.
Thank you.
I'm
glad we got this. I'm glad we got this. I wanted this for a long time.
No, I know you did.
I was
No,
kind
it's
of,
awesome.
little. I was trying to sip. A little irritated that Adam, you didn't write the paper. I wanted you or at least someone that knows me that write the paper. But I'm glad we did this instead.
All right. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of publicity over the years, Marcus.
That's true. Yeah.
I guess so.
No, I'm glad we're able to do this. We'll when the time comes, when there's the induction ceremony, maybe we can drag Adam out there with us. We can do something fun.
Yes. Thank you for inviting me on this. I had a good time. I'm glad we got to do this.
Absolutely.
Championship game, still got it.
Yeah, don't lose that.
I ain't gonna lose it. Still got my helmet. I ain't gonna lose this forever.
Yep.
And 15, the real 15. I don't know who's 15. Oh, Troy's 15. Tell him I'm the real 15.
Yeah, no, I know. He's told you that.
Yeah,
real
he's giving you the credit.
the real 1-5.
Honestly, Marcus, if you want to know the truth, and I'm saying this half jokingly, but there's some truth to it. I can't retire a number for you because there isn't one singular number.
I was gonna say you can't retire a number. You can't retire number 15.
Well, you were what? 81? No, yeah,
81, 84, and 18.
15. All right. Well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, real quick, because I just saw that Raiders Cup. Who you got Sunday?
Geez, I guess I'm on the bandwagon Brady fan this year, but like that's Yeah, I just wanted to see it's history. His history. Everybody, this is gonna go down. If he wins, it's gonna be history. If the Chiefs gonna win, it's gonna be like, oh, they won it again 2 years in a row, back to back. But it'd be a bigger story if Brady wins it.
I know what it is, Marcus. You want one for the old guys.
Wow, yeah, that was a good one. Big up to Tom Brady. I hope he does win it.
Well, I think if Tom Brady loses, I mean, he may already have this record, but won't he have the most losses ever in a Super Bowl?
Well, he's lost 2 to Eli. I know that. I mean, he's definitely. I mean,
it'll be number 4
times.
Yeah, it'll be Eagles and the Chiefs potentially.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
Tied with Jim Kelly, unfortunately, as far as losing Super Bowl quarterbacks. But
all right, so we got him on the thing for Buccaneers. I go Chiefs, by the way, just to put it out there. I'm going Pat Mahomes wins the 2nd one in a row.
Go Raiders, though. Hey, shout out the Raiders. Let's go.
I can't say anything. I can't say nothing. I can't say anything.
Oh my goodness, it only gets worse from here. No, I was hoping the Bills would take the next step, but I'm very proud of what they achieved this year. But next year's another year.
I like Josh Allen. He's a big boy.
He is.
He definitely developed in the last 2 years. I just noticed him. So
yeah, he gets himself in some trouble, but you know what? I'll take the trouble every once in a while because he brings a lot of good. So we, as a Bills fan, we have a lot to look forward to. So. All right, guys. Well, thanks for taking the time, and
thank you, guys.
Hopefully, we'll see everybody soon.
See you guys later.
Stay safe, guys. Stay safe.
See ya. Bye.